Welcome, my pragmatic friends. This is She Bites, and I'm your host, Carrie. Today, we're going to talk about how to host a free site. This is just the intro part. So, on the website, that's the intro section. We're going to learn all of the items in a 5-part series. Part 5 hasn't been written yet. And they all exist in this fancy Google drawing I did. So, if we focus on the left side, this is our code box, whether it's your laptop, your PC, whatever. All you need are the pieces mentioned in this intro. And so if it's compatible, then it works. I insist on coffee, and we're going to get a workout for your brain. With those 3 pieces, we're going to apply the stuff inside this pink box, and the output will be sent to GitLab, continuous integration, continuous deployment, which will then be sent up to the cloud that is going to host our website in Google Cloud Platform via App Engine. We're going to purchase a fancy domain. You are, not me. I already purchased one. She Bites. Thank you very much. And with that fancy domain, you're going to point it to your App Engine site that we're going to create via Hugo. And so all your users will come hit your site through your domain and see all the work we did in this magic pink box. The pink box will contain Hugo. It's a fancy framework written in Golang that allows you to generate HTML and CSS in a very cool way using pre-done templates. So you don't have to write anything. You can pick a template and customize it to your liking. We're going to use some PowerShell windows. In Windows, if you have a Mac, then I hope you can interpret into a Windows world. That's on my to-do list, is to be better with the Linux Mac world, but that's not today's task. When you use Hugo, you generate the website into a public folder, and you can also host it locally to see what it looks like. And then we use gCloud, which is Google Cloud Provider's CLI, command line interface, to push our files up to App Engine. And then the IDE that we'll be using, the integrated development environment, is Visual Studio Code. It's free. Everything's free on this tutorial. The language of choice is going to be Go, which is very minimal, but you'll need Go installed to install the Hugo framework. Technically, you don't have to have it, but we're going to do some customization, and so you'll need Go. And their icon here is a gopher. So that is this picture in a nutshell, and our 5-part series in a nutshell. This is a choose your own adventure style series, so if you already have Go installed or VS Code installed, feel free to skip steps as appropriate. We are going to use GitLab because they have a free CI/CD pipeline that we can utilize. And under the covers, it's CircleCI, just if you're interested. And I use my GitHub authentication to get onto GitLab. So if you have a GitHub account, you can just create a GitLab and just link them. So it's super easy to do. So don't be afraid of switching over to GitLab. And then for Windows, I like Git extensions. I have some coworkers that like the newer integrations into VS Code, but I just haven't switched to use my Git commands there yet. And I like GUIs, so I'm not quite into the Git terminal like some other coworkers of mine. So for now, we're going to install Git extensions, and you can see how I do it. We're going to create our application in VS Code, and that consists of part 1, our machine setup. Part 2 is the cloud setup. So if we look back at our diagram, we just set up everything here for part 1, and next is part 2, the cloud. We're going to sign up for a free Google Cloud Provider tier. They actually have a $300 credit. If you want to try to use those credits, it's only good for the first year. I've only managed to use less than $1 so far, and I've been at this for months, and I have a lot of stuff hosted. Just like this site is hosted right now, it's completely free, so I have yet to really need that $300 credit, but hopefully throughout this year we'll come up with some cool uses with maybe a Kubernetes cluster and see how much that costs, but that's down the road. Baby steps. So we're going to create a project inside the App Engine and an application. They're going to download their software development kit and their Language Go CLI, command line interface. Then we're going to deploy the code to App Engine, and that will be part 2. Simple app, nothing fancy with Hugo yet. The next step, we're going to have you purchase a domain. Those are $12 a year. Any domain provider works, but I'm going to show you how to do it with Google's domain. And we're going to then connect that domain to our App Engine app we just created in the cloud. And then we're going to turn on Secure Socket Layer so that we are going to let our users know that we care about their safety. And so when they hit the website, they're going to have to use HTTPS for secure. Part 4, so part 3 was this pure part right here, domain hookup and pointing it to App Engine. And then part 4 is the Go Hugo magic, I like to say. So if you notice in the picture, we have a little magic wand. And that's I'm going to go with Hugo Magic. They do a lot. It's really neat. I can't wait to show you. But we're going to set Hugo up locally. We're going to download a theme, which this is actually a Hugo theme with some customization. We'll go over all the available themes. You can pick your own as we go through the tutorial. It'll be exciting. And then we're going to build that site. And again, you can just manually deploy it like we had done in the part 2. And that's why I haven't gotten to step 5 yet. But it'll come. Don't you worry. Using GitLab CI/CD is slick. I'm doing it at work, and I look forward to figuring out how to do it with Google Cloud as we're using Azure at work. So this is my outlet to play personally. I hope you don't get intimidated by the 5-part series. Just take it step by step. We'll have a video for each section, and I'm going to go through it with you. And I look forward to jumping into the next step. Let's go do part 1. See you over there.